When you were little, did your parents always keep giving you these animals and things? Like they thought you looked like you had to be grabbing onto something all the time, otherwise you'd fall over or blow away or something? Well, my parents kept giving me these animals, see. Not just like cats and dogs, but a pregnant raccoon, 2 ducks named Mickey, had to flower its skunk, and a chicken named Arnold, and all kinds of things like that. They were really dumb. Not the animals, my parents. Well, you know how dumb they are. And the house we lived in was too close to the road. And what happens when you live too close is that all of your animals get splattered always on the road, and your brothers are always having to go out with a shovel and scrape them off and take them someplace to bury. And sometimes they're all squashed, but not quite dead, and your brother has to hit them with the shovel until they stop screaming or quacking or squawking or whining or meowing or whatever the case may be. And giving them names just makes it worse, but I love to, and I couldn't help it, and I did. And when they got squashed, it wasn't just some cat or duck. It was somebody with a name who you lived with and slept with and talked at and listened to and fussed over and accepted you, and then it was the mess that was left on the road. And after the last one was squashed, which was a small bow-legged Persian kitten named Clarence, age 6 months, who was sort of dumb and loved me a lot and never wanted anything more than to play with some piece of string or something. After the last one was squashed, I made my stupid parents promise me never to get me anything that was alive again, because I'd figured out what was true and what is still true. That there's no excuse for the millions and millions of innocent, betrayed, and squashed up dead, and nobody's parents and nobody's God was ever going to be able to explain that to me and make it all right. And the only way not to go crazy when you have the misfortune of being a compulsive namer and lover is to never hook yourself up with splatterable things. And then it can never be your fault for needing them and having them, because if you don't give, then you can't hurt. And you don't get guilty because you can't betray if you never gave to begin with. Doesn't that make sense to you? It does make sense. It does.